Hey girl, hey, Tamara here, and we are back in our Power Plus Women's Network for another Mindset Monday session. If you are watching a replay, please be sure to leave a comment. And thank you so much for joining us. For those of you guys that are here with us live, I appreciate you. And we're back for another Mindset Monday. How is everybody's week going so far? Be sure to you can leave a message under this video if you're watching a replay to let us know how your week going, or maybe how you found this Mindset Monday session to be helpful for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I won't be sharing my screen today. So, and if you're, I know some of you guys are driving. So if you're driving, don't try to look at the screen, just listen to my voice. And on today, we're going to be talking about thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I'll repeat it again, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I talk about these a lot, a whole lot. I talk about them on the podcast, anytime I'm doing a workshop, maybe even the summits that we host. I talk about thoughts, feelings, and emotions a lot because I don't think we realize or often we minimize the impact this plays on our everyday lives and our business. Did you know the average person has around 60,000 thoughts per day? 60,000. That is a lot. These thoughts can be about our family, our chores, things we need to complete for the day, something that happened yesterday we just thought about, something we're reminded of, what we got to taste for dinner, what should I cook, maybe where should we go out to eat, where should I pick up something? All those thoughts, they're around 60,000 per day. We often stumble in the negative thoughts that we have. These thoughts can paralyze us and we do not even realize it. Negative thoughts can significantly impact our mental health and overall well-being. These have a significant impact on our mental health and overall well-being, whether you realize it or not. They can lead to increased stress, anxiety. Sometimes for some of us that they're playing replay so many times that it leads to decreased self-esteem and a general sense of just being unhappy or just dissatisfied with our lives. Negative thoughts they range. They're from all over. We can have negative thoughts of our business not working, clients not coming in, we're not making any sales, bad relationships, bad business partners, failed relationships, issues going on with our spouses, things that can just hurt our feelings. Only you are aware of those horrible thoughts that replay over and over in your head. Did you know I talk about this often, but I am saying it because I want it to be like ingrained with us so we know this. So you can be like, you can tell other people, hey, I remember I was listening to a podcast. I was on this in this networking community that I'm part of, and she often talks about this, and you can share with those that are around you. It takes 30 seconds before a thought turns into a feeling. 30 seconds. That's not even long. As you're thinking about something negative that have happened to you in the past or something somebody said or did, about time you get through with the thought sometimes and you just sit back just replaying it, it turns into a feeling. You're like, dang, you feel upset. Sometimes you feel sad. You feel bitter. You feel mad. You feel angry. You feel frustrated, irritated. It only takes 30 minutes for those feelings to start setting in. Our brain is so magnificent, ladies. It's capable of so many things. Our mind too, excuse me. So if you think about it, you're thinking about something, and if you just start thinking about certain things you thought about in the past, you'll be like, you're right. You're right. 30 seconds before a thought turns into a feeling. It's not a lot of time. But by the time you realize it, you're already in the feeling phase and you don't even realize it. And if you keep replaying those thoughts, thinking about what somebody else said or someone did, it eventually turns into an action. So a thought, a feeling, an action. You might say, Tamara, I didn't go crazy or I didn't fly off the handle with something, but you never No. Sometimes people can sense the uneasiness or the irritation of you, just, and you might not even realize it. You might not even realize that sometimes we can be thinking about something horrible that happened to us or something somebody did, or you just out here grinding, trying to get your business off the ground. You're trying to make these sales and your kids come in and they ask you something and you're like irritated, like, oh, it happens to all of us. These thoughts, these feelings end up turning into an action. The action phase is when you have an attitude. Like I said, you're sad, you're irritated, frustrated, or just start feeling down. The more you play the thoughts, you just start feeling down about them. And as I stated, sometimes if we're not careful, those thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions will fall on people who do not deserve it. We can take our pain out on the wrong people. So you might be thinking, okay, now that I'm aware of these things, what do I do? I'm going to give you steps that you can take to help minimize the risk of exposure. The first thing that you need to do is stop a thought in its tracks. Stop it in its tracks. When a toxic thought starts coming up, think about something else. For me, I say, nope, not today, Satan. Nope, whether I say it out loud or in my head. I just immediately started thinking about something else because I know how I can go down that toxic train of just like, oh, every time I try this happened. It just keeps replaying over and over again. You stop it. Nope, not today, say nope, nope. Think about something else. When you are getting ready to share something about your business and a thought arises, say for instance, if you're working on a social media plan for your business and you're like, and that thought comes up, the negative Nancy starts coming up in your mind like, why are you wasting time doing this? Nobody gonna buy from you. Nobody wants that offer. You're not gonna get no likes. Remember last time you did it, no sales came in. Nobody liked the post. Immediately retrain your thought. Stop it in the tracks. And you just start thinking, hey, somebody's gonna get it one day. I'm gonna keep posting. I'm gonna keep sharing it. Think about your why. If this is business related to you and you kind of notice these things coming up within your thoughts, feelings, and emotions as a business owner, I want you to immediately think about your why. Why am I doing this? Is this for the future version of me so that I can be financially free, so that I can leave my business, my 9 to 5, so that I can create generational wealth for my kids, for my family? Immediately start thinking about your why. Because when you start thinking about your why, sometimes we grind harder. We immediately like, nope, I can't stand my job. Nope, I'm gonna go harder. I work too damn hard for my job. Nope, I'm gonna share it anyway. Another thing that you can do, say an affirmation or a Bible verse. For me personally, I talk about this often. Bible verses work for me sometimes. For me, I love in the Bible when Paul said, I take every thought captive and make it obedient to the word of the Lord. That comes from Romans 12:21. Taking those thoughts captive. I take every thought captive right now and I make it obedient to the word of the Lord. God's word does not say dwell on who hurt me, dwell on who didn't buy, just replay those horrible thoughts in my brain over and over again. It does not say that anywhere in the Bible. God's word talks about living an abundant life, a peaceful life, a prosperous life. So immediately grab those thoughts, take them captive, and retrain your thoughts to think about Bible verses that contradict how I'm currently feeling. We're just retraining our brain. We're retraining our mind. We are retraining our thought processes. Or for you, if you might be thinking, I like affirmations a little bit better. Do what works best for you, sis. Affirmations of prosperity flows through me and to me. I have a positive attitude. I know a positive attitude can bring me success. I am capable of attracting abundance daily. Get you some affirmation cards if you need to. Memorize them. It does no help if you sit up and get some affirmations and you put them to the side. 2 weeks later, you're working on your business, you're working on something, and a thought comes up and you didn't totally forget about it. It does no good. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit nobody else. If you got to memorize them, say them 2-3 times a day. Say them out loud if you need to. Defeat does not have to have the final say so in our lives nor in our minds. The next thing I want you to do is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without any judgment. No judgment, just being present in the moment. If you took a few seconds right now and just being present in the current moment that you're in, whatever you're doing, whether you're driving, whether you're sitting at your desk, maybe you're on your phone, you're washing dishes, you're working on your business, or maybe you're just in tune right now with your laptop, just in tune to what I'm saying, taking notes. Just be present right now. No judgment, no thinking about where I messed up, no thinking about I don't have any sales coming in my business, no thinking about nobody likes my post, I don't have any clients, none of that. I don't have enough money for this, none of that. Just be present right now, no judgment. Being able to practice mindfulness, it can be an effective way to break free from negative thinking negative thinking patterns, and cultivate a more positive mindset. When we practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. And we just kind of talked about that, how we get caught up in our thoughts. You can then choose to let go of the negative thoughts and just be present in this moment, right here, right now, sis. This helps you feel more grounded, more centered, and have more peace for yourself. The last method that I want to share with you on our Mindset Monday is to start reviewing all of the negativity in our lives. This plays a huge role whether we think it does or it doesn't. What are you around all day? Are you watching the news as soon as you get up? For me, I only watch 15 minutes. If you can't give me what I need in 15 minutes, then I don't need to watch it. There are days I can go without watching the news at all because all I got to do is get on Facebook and get a quick 15, 20-minute recap of what happened, or get on Twitter. I do not watch the news all day. If I need to watch it in the morning to know about traffic or just being up to date of what's going on in my area, 15 minutes, that's it. And if you think about it, that's all it takes for them to share everything with you, especially in the morning. After that, everything else is kind of on replay. 15 minutes, that's it. Are you watching the news all day? What type of people are you hanging around? And I'm going to go through a list of them. What type of people are you hanging around? Are you hanging around negative Nancy who never has anything positive to say? Everything is negative. Everything. She finds a way to make everything negative. Are you hanging around braggadocious Brenda that makes sure everyone knows and sees what she has? She got a new car. She got a new handbag. She's showing pictures of her family on social media, like out here got you thinking she living her best life. Are you around any braggadocious Brenda that have you thinking, I got to step my game up every time you come around, or you just feel down that you're not there yet? You have no idea how she got there, or what struggles that she's hiding from you on her current lifestyle. Do you have any braggadocious Brendas in your circle? Do you have any negative Nancy's in your circle? Or do you have any pissed off Patricias that's always mad about something? She got an attitude about everything. She just mad, just angry all the damn time. Or sorry, Susan. I hate to say it like that, but do you have any sorry Susans in your corner who just always sad? It's just always some pitiful going on in their lives. They can't take no responsibility for nothing. It's just every girl, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Girl, oh my God. Let me tell you what happened today. Oh my God, just something. I couldn't do this. Girl, my son did this. Girl, my husband did this. And after you talking to her, you just feel sad. You feel drained. Just like, oh my God, it's always something. She has nothing to be happy about. Sorry, Susan. And if you're not careful with these different personalities, they'll start to infiltrate into your life. And you'll start saying and you'll start doing things without even realizing it. I'm going to give you an example. I have a friend I love dearly, and we hadn't seen each other in a very long time. I mean, like, I guess maybe a year or so. We still kind of keep in contact. I'm not the type of friend where I'm feeling some type of way if I hadn't talked to you in 7 or 8 months and like, oh, she must be. No, we can go our distance without talking, and baby, I still love you the same. So we hadn't seen each other. I knew her birthday was coming up. I was like, hey, let's catch up. Let's go get some drinks for your birthday on me. So we went out to eat. And I know that she hangs around people that are very like braggadocious Brenda. But I'm not that type of friend. And she knows that. But I'm not sure if she kind of got caught up in the moment and didn't remember this. So we're out to eat and she's talking about everything that's just going so great in her life and her family and her kids. And I'm like, well, I'm sharing my success, but then I also talk about like an issue that was going on between myself and my daughter. And then she was like, yeah, I had something similar like that happen to my son. Then she starts talking about some other things. Cause I'm like, oh, this married life, oh, it's hard. And then she started talking about this. She started talking about some other things. It's like, oh, you forgot what friend I was in that moment. You felt like you had to one up me. I'm not that friend, sis. I'm not that friend. You don't have to brag. As soon as you see me, you need to brag about this is going great. We got this, we got that. I've achieved this. I made this. I make six figures. Husband makes six figures. I'm not that friend. I don't care. I need to know how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is your family? I don't care about any of that. I love to see my friends and my family, being successful, but you don't feel like you don't have to feel like you got to brag when you be around me. So after she kind of felt and realized I'm not that friend, her words started changing. She was being honest, like, So that's why I say sometimes if you're not careful, some of these personality traits will infiltrate into your life, into who you are, and you don't even realize it. Reevaluate your circle, sis. We are the sum of the 10 people we hang around the most. What can you say about your circle? You got any braggadocious Brendas in your circle? Any pissed off Patricias? Sorry, Susan? Negative Nancy's? I am not saying, here, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not saying cut everybody off completely, but we have to start minimizing the exposure by not being around them all the time. Minimize our exposure and our risk by not being around them all the time, knowing how to cut it off. You hanging around them, y'all going out to get drinks, y'all talking on the phone all the time, y'all gossiping, even if it's on social media. Change up who you following on social media. If it's a friend, add maybe 5 or 10 different companies or businesses that share things that are more insightful, something that can cheer you up to keep you pressing forward. Constantly looking at your friend stuff of this fairy tale life, it will kind of put you in a funk like, we're around the same age. I should be there, but you don't even know what they did to to get where they are. You don't know what their finances look like. You don't know any of that. You don't know what their marriage look like. You don't know the relationship they have with their family, with their kids, with their parents. Her, your, whoever it is, they probably not even there. Whoever the friend is, she's sharing pictures of her and her husband, her kids. They probably not even sleeping in the same room. It happens. It happens. And they're on social media pretending like they're living this fairy tale life for likes. Stop falling in that trap. Reevaluate your circle, sis. Reevaluate your circle. Stop being around them all the time. You got to cut them off completely. And I want you to remember your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and how they eventually end up turning to actions. Remember, I got 30 seconds before this thought turns into a feeling. And I will go over them again. The first one that I mentioned, stop a thought in its tracks. Stop your thoughts in its tracks. Nope, not today. We do that by thinking about something more positive. Remember our why, our family. Why am I grinding like this? Have affirmations if they're needed and memorize them. Practice mindfulness, which means we are being present in the moment with no judgment. We're just being at peace. We're feeling more grounded, more centered. The last method I talked about is reviewing the negativity in our lives. How much negativity are you putting inside of you? You might think that talking to a toxic parent or a toxic friend all the time is like, you might think that it's not really affecting you, but it is in other ways that you might not even realize it. Minimize it. Hell, put a timer on your phone if you have to. I'm only talking her 30 minutes because I know how this conversation can go. You have to be able to pour more inside of you than giving people everything. We're the sum of the 10 people we hang around. And that is it for today for our Mindset Mondays and our Power Plus Women's Network. Be sure to let me know in the comments what strategy you're going to implement and what you thought about today's Mindset Monday. And I will see you ladies in an upcoming workshop or either next Monday for our next Mindset Monday session.